Welcome back to the channel. Today, I have a pretty short but pretty fun video, I think. I'm super excited to record it at least. But for this summer, I want a new challenge. I want a new game to make me excited about my TBR. I have been playing the page by page project for um for 5 months, so since the start of this year, and I'm doing pretty good with it. I'm really proud of myself. Here's the spread in my book journal, to show where I'm at with that, and all of the colors are books that I have read. So I could be doing more, but I'm pretty impressed with how many I have read. But I want an easier way for me to choose books with a goal. I'm also going away a lot this summer. I'm going to Connor's. He lives in the UK. So, obviously, I cannot pack my entire TBR in a suitcase. I will be bringing my Kindle and utilizing that a lot during the summer, but it'd be nice to have a little bit of direction. Now, the way I'm going to do this is that I am creating a bingo board. And why? Because that's just a lot of fun. Bingo boards are fun. You could go in any order. It doesn't matter. And I am going to randomly spin a wheel with my entire TBR on it, to choose which books I must prioritize. I will put an actual image on the screen. This is every book in the page by page project, which is a lot. I think we're down to like 130, 140 maybe. So we're making progress, but it's getting there. I also have my book journal all set up to make a little bingo board, and I have decided that at each bingo, whether across or horizontal, diagonal, however you want to play bingo, I get a prize, a little incentive for myself, and I get to buy one piece of bookish merch. Probably on Etsy. Comment down below your favorite Etsy bookish creator so I know where to buy from. And I'm just super excited to see how this fills out. I'm literally just going to start on the top right and start filling across. It's going to be a random order because of the wheel. And yeah, things that I have done to this wheel though that I want to mention. Any book that is in my 25 in 25, which is 25 books I must read in 2025, otherwise they get unhauled. I've had them long enough. This is their last chance before they are bye bye, out. See ya. I put those as a weight of 2, so there's like a slightly higher chance of them being hit. Not really a higher chance, but like we can pretend that there's really a slightly higher chance. So let's just get in. We're gonna start with spin number 1. I'm so nervous. Dog Tags. Okay, Dog Tags is a book by David Rosenfeld. This is a book by David Rosenfeld. It is a honestly, I don't know much about all of these books, but I'm gonna do my best. Dog Tags is part of the David Rosenfeld series of the Andy Carpenter series, which is about a lawyer who does not want to be a lawyer, but he keeps getting pulled into different cases, and it is a courthouse mystery. I love the series. Haven't read any of his books this year, I don't think. So would be nice to prioritize his because I do have quite a couple on my TBR. So I'm very excited about that. So first down. Next. This spin is like so long actually. I don't know if I could shorten it, but ooh, okay, I'm not reading this out. The Cartographers is our next pick. I am excited about that one. I think that one's also a mystery. It's a book of the month, which is also a challenge that I need to get done this year. I want to read 12 book of the months throughout the year to prove that I'm using the subscription and it's not a waste of money. So far I've read 4. It's the 5th month of the year, so technically I'm doing good. But all 4 of those were read in the first 2 months. So like, am I really doing good? Probably not, but um, yeah, cartographers. I'm very excited about. So far is looking good. There's a lot of stuff on here that I'm really not excited about, and this is why it's been on my TBR for so long. But if anything gets DNF'd as well, that also counts on the bingo because I have to attempt. The off limits rule. Ooh, this is a romance. That's good. We love a romance during the summer. Okay, we love a romance over the summer. I'm very excited about that. Who is this by? I actually want to look this up. The Ew. Wait, do I like Sarah? Hold on. What are her other books? Okay, I've actually never read a Sarah Adams book. So you know what? I'm very excited about this. I have wanted to read When in Rome. I have that on my Libby coming in like a week or so. So, you know what? I'm very excited to try this. Oh my god, there's so many ads. I'm cutting out all of the ads, by the way. I'm not giving free advertisement to this random app. Okay. Um Also going back into the app, it restarted to Pretty Little Life. But we know it was the off limits rule. Book number 4. Let's go. Is for our first G spot. Fence Volume 4. Interesting. Okay, so this is a graphic novel series that I read at some point. Um I have 4 volumes of it and I need to restart the series if I'm going to read it. So, that would require me to read the entirety of the graphic novel series this summer, which I mean I can do. Like it's a fun series. It's about these two fencers who fall in love. But question for everyone watching. I really like graphic novels, but part of me always stops myself from reading them because I get worried about like tracking them and it messing up my reading. They are reading 100%, but I feel like since they take me like not as long, they don't count for some reason, which is definitely like in my head and I have to get over that. But yeah, I would just love some opinions about that, about how you either track graphic novels if you don't care and just put it fully, just enjoy what you're reading and who cares about the length. But yeah, I do want to get more into graphic novels. I have a lot of them, but I've been stopping myself. I'm going to start the next one. I've been stopping myself over the years because I just like am worried that they don't count fully, which I don't actually believe, but all right. Well, we got the family game before it rudely gave me another ad. How do I even get rid of this ad? Oh, here you go. Go away. Oh my god. Okay, the family game. That, if I'm not mistaken, yes, that is part of my 25 and 25. This is a thriller that I am super excited for. I think it's also a book of the month. I went through a phase where I don't read that many thrillers, but I went through a phase where I was just constantly picking the thriller option on book of the month because they always sound really interesting. But it's just not a genre that I read too often. I do find that I have been picking it. I picked it up a lot this last fall, so maybe it's going to become like a seasonal thing for me. But I am very excited to try that one. All right. Row number 2, we're starting back with B. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? The Great Gatsby. Ugh. I was a little worried when I was typing that one in. Okay, so I have quite a couple of Gatsby. I have quite a couple of classics, and they're not my favorite, but I want to read a bunch of them now that I'm not in school anymore and not being forced to. So we'll see how that goes. Um, A Winter's Promise. What is that? Don't even know what that book is. A Winter's Promise. Oh, this is a fantasy book that I've been so excited for. Wait. Oh, okay. I'm actually really excited. A Winter's Promise. I think I wanted to read this in the winter, but obviously I didn't even remember it. So waiting for the winter maybe is just a bad idea. Maybe I should just read it whenever I can and not worry about it being called winter. I don't even know if it's actually about winter. It could be like a Game of Thrones thing where the family is just like called Snow, but it's, I don't know. But I am excited about that book. I've been wanting to read it for a couple of years. I just think the cover is so pretty. It's how I choose a lot of my books. I'm sorry. Cersei. Okay. I have some hot takes about Cersei. So I know Cersei is super popular. I've tried listening to the audiobook and I got about an hour into it and I suddenly just like did not know what was going on. I think I need to read that one physically just because I don't know really anything about Cersei as like a Greek mythological figure. So I think I do need to like read that physically so I could stop and like look up like who characters are. Because not knowing, it seemed like you needed some knowledge going into it. I was getting very confused. But I am willing to try it again. That's just a very interesting choice. We're not getting too much romance, and this is a summer reading. Oh, we got romance. The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. Okay, this is the second to what is that called? Oh, the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. And the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, I was very disappointed because it was advertised as um a romance mystery, but there was no mystery in it. So I'm going into this one not with the expectation of a romance. Not without the expectation of a mystery. And hopefully that will give me a better reading experience. But also, it's not set in fall like everyone thinks it is. Actually set in the summer, so it's actually a good time to read it. Rescued. Oh, wait, so many ads on this. Rescued is another one of the 25 and 25. Right now, we got them on top of each other. That's interesting. This is another David Rosenfeld, just like Dog Tag. So I am excited. Maybe this is gonna like fill up just with David. I have a lot of his books, so it very possibly can just fill up with his books. Also, if we land on anything twice, also anything that comes up twice, we're just gonna skip if it happens. This is Serpent and Dove. This is another 25 and 25. And I'm actually super excited to read that one. I just keep kind of postponing it because I'm just in so many series right now. But I need to get it done because I think that the concept is really interesting. It's about if I remember correctly, it's about a witch and a witch hunter and like an enemies to lovers kind of thing. And I am super excited about that. And I love that premise. So I really, really, really want to read it. I need to start prioritizing that one because it just sounds so good. All right, what do we got? The Book of Cold Cases. Another book of the month thriller. This is where you're gonna see a theme about my book of the month because majority of the ones that I still have that I haven't read are in this like thriller era. But I am excited about that. I'm really hoping that it's kind of like I don't remember what the book was called, but there was a book where it was a thriller and it was about a podcaster and like her following this murder trial happening as she's like telling her audience what's happening with it. It's not the Good Girl Guides to Murder series. I know there's a podcast in book 2. It's not that. But I hope it's kind of like that vibe where it's like a reporter or like I don't know, a book of cold cases makes me feel like they're going to solve a cold case and maybe there's like reporting or podcasting or some sort of thing like that. That's the vibe I want, but if it's not, it's okay. I'm still interested. True Biz. Don't know what that book is. Let's see. True Biz. Oh, is this the ASL book? Yes. Okay. So True Biz is another. I don't know why this thing keeps sending. It's not the best app. It was free. True Biz is a book with a deaf protagonist, I believe, and in like school or something. And this is a book of the month that I got, and I am super excited to read it. It just kind of got thrown on the back burner. It's a common theme with a lot of these books. I just got too many at once, and they kind of got thrown to the side. So I really want to. That's why I want to prioritize these books. The Family Game. We've already had that. Do it again. It's like 140 books on here. I should not be getting them twice. Frankenstein. Ugh. Okay. Another classic. And that would have been a really good column so far with Fence and Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. Damn, I don't want to read Frankenstein. Or at least I don't want to read Frankenstein this summer. That seems like so out of pocket, but Tokyo. Okay, I apparently spelled it, or spell check. Maybe get this wrong. It's supposed to be Tokyo Uno Station. I'm very excited about that. That is a Japanese translation. I read a Japanese translation last month and the month before about a train schedule that was in a 24-hour readathon. That was really good. I just love Japanese translation. I just love translated works. I really love reading books from different parts of the world and seeing how different writing styles are and stuff like that. So, okay. Super excited about that. That's looking like a good column, the O's so far, unless, like, something messes it up. But we're back to B. What do we got? A Court of Silver Flames. I need to read this book. I say that to every book. I have no joke tried to read this book 3 times. And every single time I get like 100 to 150 pages in, and I just stop. And I don't know why, because I'm really interested in the story. I love ACOTAR. The whole series got 5 stars from me. I would not rate the whole series 5 stars now, but at the time that I was reading it, if I liked a book, it got 5 stars. I didn't really go deeper than that. But I just finished Kingdom of Ash, which is a 1,000-page book by Sarah J. Maas. So I feel like I can handle A Court of Silver Flames. It needs to be done, and it needs to be done soon. I'm calling it. I need to read that book. I need to know what everyone's talking about. I need to understand the hype around that book. Kiss Her Once for Me. A Christmas book. Cool. Love it. This is a Christmas book. Maybe I'll have a Christmas in July this year. Honestly, wouldn't be too bad. I have a lot of Christmas romances, so maybe it would be good to spend like a week in July reading Christmassy books so that in Christmas I can read the new ones that come out. Alex and Eliza. Do I care about this book anymore? I love Hamilton. The musical. Not the person. But so this is I got this book when I was like first in my Hamilton musical obsession. Never actually got out of that obsession, but I don't know if I want to read this book. It kind of feels I don't know if this is like correct, but it feels like young YA to me. But I could completely be wrong with that, so we're gonna try it. I don't even know if it actually is YA, but it just like gives me that vibe. If you know what I mean. The vibe of it. Exposure. Ugh, it's nonfiction. Ooh, this is not a good column. Okay. So Frankenstein and Exposure is in the same column. G is like not happening. I thought it was starting out good, but like I'm excited to read that nonfiction, but it's gonna be slow. Earthlings. Oh, that's another translation, I believe. Yes, it's another translation. Very excited about that. Okay, this column now has 2 translations, which are typically short. That's just because like So things that you learn when you're like reading works from different places. Typically, I've read Japanese translations, and this is also another Japanese translation. The books are a lot shorter typically than American books. Like our average book, I would say, is like around 300 pages. Their average, from what I have read so far, is about maybe 200, 150 to 200. Also, a very different writing style. If you haven't read one, I highly recommend. It's a very different, like, mind game kind of thing, but it's so fun. I love it so much. The Scarlet Letter. Yeah. Okay. You know, I thought that like this prize of bookish merch would be like, oh my god, too easy because how hard is it to read 5 books in a row? I'm not seeing a clear path on this bingo card right now. Now we've got Great Gatsby and Scarlet Letter in the same row for B. So B is not looking it. Let's see what the last book of I is. I is looking okay right now. Are we gonna ruin that? Maybe I is our path to. Okay, we gotta do it again. We already have that book, and we have that book in I. We have the Scarlet Letter. We gotta get something new. There's 140 books on here. Come on. Outfoxed. We don't have Outfoxed. Outfoxed is another David Rosenfeld. So I's looking promising. Kind of saying that anything is promising as long as it doesn't have a classic or nonfiction. So this next N is also looking promising. Maybe. What do we got? What do we got? Romance would be great right now. We're kind of lacking in romance. The Yellow Kitchen. The Yellow Kitchen is not romance. The Yellow Kitchen, if I'm not mistaken, is short stories. So maybe that would be good. I got that while I was in London. The first and only time I've been in London. A lot of the books that I bought while I was in London were like literary fiction. I don't know why I was in that kind of vibe in London, but I felt very posh and ready for my literary fiction era that apparently never came because I didn't finish any of the books. Well, I didn't really finish any of the books. The Cat Who Saved Books. Ooh, I'm excited about this one. Okay. Oh, but it's in just the bad one. Okay. Okay. I'm very excited about this one. It's on my 25 and 25. It's been on a couple of TBRs already this month. I can get this done. It looks adorable. It looks great. I'm ready to just read it and love it. Last book in O. O is looking good. O we could do. What do we got? Very scared. Dinner for Vampires. I don't know what this book is. I have literally no recollection of this book. When I was typing it in here, I also had no recollection of this book. Dinner for. Oh! Wait, this is Life on a Cult TV show. No, I'm super excited about this book. I have this, what would you call it? This weird fascination, this, bit of a, special interest in cults. I just think they're super interesting. Like, I'll watch a bunch of, like, videos on YouTube from, like, ex-Mormon cult members, because Mormonism is a cult like most modern day religions, but especially Mormonism, it's so like similar to like cult with like the more like it takes so long to even go into the temple and then do the temple ceremony and so much stuff. So I am really fascinated with cults, not in the sense that I would ever join one, and I don't think I ever would get tricked into joining one because I am very, very stubborn. But I'm very interested in the psychology behind like someone entering a cult, whether a free will or I understand like most of the time is like you're born into it. So then like the psychology of like getting out, all very interesting to me. I'm excited about that book. Okay. It is nonfiction, but it's a memoir, so it doesn't feel like nonfiction. Here is our bingo board. I don't like it. When I win, I get bookish merch. Bookish merch. Probably some t-shirts because I like bookish t-shirts. That's okay. I got this. I could do this. And there's a lot of books on here that are part of my 25 and 25, so that's going to help. If I'm not mistaken, I think there's 8 books on here that's part of my 25 and 25. So that's going to greatly help. They're not in like really great positions. But like it's not like there's 5 in a row of books on my 25 and 25 and I could just mark off 2 challenges at once. But I'm super excited. The way I'm going to do this challenge is we're going to take it one book at a time. Each video is going to be one book of marking it off the bingo board. And it's going to be possibly a very long series. It could be very short. It could be done in 5 videos. Or it could take a lot longer. And yeah, I am very excited. I think this gives me a good path to head for the summer. A good idea of what I'm reading. I will be reading a lot this summer. Also have a lot of books that are not on my TBR that I want to read this summer, so it's just gonna be a reading summer. A hot girl reading summer. We got this. Speaking of, where's my favorite bookmark? So I got this bookmark. Currently, real time. While I'm filming this, I'm reading Bookshops and Bone Dust, which is not on my page by page project, but I bought. I only bought this a couple weeks ago, but I love this series. It's the second in Legends and Lattes. So I love Formula One. So I got this bookmark. It has a bunch of cars. Ferrari is my favorite team. And then on the back it says hot girls read and watch Formula One, which so true. Also I'm matching Ferrari right now. Ferrari, it was a hard weekend. This weekend was Monaco, but I digress. And I think that's it. So, without further ado, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all those YouTube things. And if you've read any of these books, let me know where I should start because this could be very overwhelming. But we got this. I will see you in the next video.